Hello, Just Too Good here, and today, guess what? Throwback Thursday returns, and we're taking a look at Bikini Bottom Undersea Party, a classic 2012 LEGO Spongebob set. This was actually the last LEGO Spongebob set. This retailed for $50 in the United States with 471 pieces and 5 characters. Let's first take a look at Squidward. This design is exclusive to the set for that torso printing, which does have that flower lay right there. The headpiece is the one used from the 2009 Good Neighbors set, which is very rare because it only came in those two sets. And I love the specialized head for Squidward, especially after the original 2D regular LEGO minifigure head looks so creepy. Even made my creepy LEGO minifigure list. The shaping and everything there is a hard plastic and it just looks fantastic. But that's it for Squidward. Another extremely rare character included in this set is Mrs. Puff, who only appeared in the driving school set from 2007. So it's kind of random seeing her pop up in this set in 2012, but very welcome. This design has an exclusive print with that flower being a very distinguishing part between the two versions. If you wonder how this piece works, it is a very crazy piece that not only has printing all around, and it has a stud at the top where you put that 1x1 blue stud. But as you see, it connects at the hips there in a very strange way, almost like the LEGO dome pieces. And then the actual legs are these 1x2 anti-studs, so that just sticks on there. It's a very interesting design that I always appreciated, even if, say, her arms don't have any posability to them. The SpongeBob included is also exclusive, though SpongeBob came in every set, so he's not a hard-to-get character out of this line. This design also has a flower print at the front, a little bit of red to go with his red leggings as well, and a very, very happy SpongeBob face. At the back, no printing whatsoever. And if you don't know how this SpongeBob piece works, it literally just goes over a plain unprinted yellow minifigure torso, and that's how it's been since 2006. The Patrick Star minifigure included has that awesome sunglasses design, which an exclusive headpiece is great. Also an exclusive torso, which looks fantastic. I love the expression, I don't know, with the face there. Like, they just really did the face design well with the tug and everything. Lots of colors on there. The legs, though, are still that very lame design where they're just printed at the front. And this was before dual molded legs, so it looks very, very awkward. His butt is always showing. Regardless, it's also funny that he has a flesh design. But that's it for the Patrick minifigure, which again has an exclusive torso and head print. And finally, we have a minifigure, or just build, for Gary the Snail. This design uses those printed dishes, and it's the same design that appeared since the 2006 LEGO Spongebob Bikini Bottom set. He also appeared in the 2009 Good Neighbors set as well. This design is very interesting in how it uses the cherry piece. I just kind of wish it had printing on there. And I hope one day we get an updated SpongeBob set with an updated Gary design with those prints on the cherry piece. I want to start out with this Squidward Easter Island house because it is a rare build where we only got this once before with the 2006 Bikini Bottom set. Of course, this version has some designs to make it look like it's part of the party. So we have these flower designs at the front and at the side, which are stickers, which means they're optional. And if I was not reviewing this set, I would not put those on there because it is such a rare build to get. Whereas opposed to the Pineapple House, we've gotten that one extra time. Regardless, I like the use of these reverse dish pieces as opposed to the original version, which the original version used this skull base piece, I think, from the 4+ Pirate sets, if I'm not mistaken. And the overall design here is a tad smaller and less bulky, but it just looks more refined and closer to the show's design. Now, this uses one of those Harry Potter doors, as I call them, but they really began back with the castle sets in the 90s and even the 80s. And going on inside the Easter Island head house, this gift already fell, which is one of the weirder aspects of the set, but we'll get to that in a second. And you can see that there's 3 separate floors. The first floor has a music stand and a music sheet, which is actually a nice sticker design. And we also get Squidward's clarinet, which is just a modified build of that telescope piece where we have an extra 1x1 stud at the top. It kind of works, I guess. And if you give it to Squidward, Okay, yeah, I could kind of see it. That's not too bad, but in general, I would have liked a specialized piece, but I get it. And inside, aside from that music stand, we just have a plant to the right there. Nothing on this side. And notice how you could adjust that music stand part. And then for the second floor, we have some vein paintings of Squidward. I love this one right here. And you can see another one on the wall, which is a lot of fun. And you also have a seat with a table there. Right atop, there's even a lamp, which is a nice little detail. And at the very, very top, which you could call like the attic floor or whatever, there's this strange inclusion of a gift. What I don't like is that it's just this loose part right here on a loose 2x2. So it always just slides whenever you move this around. It's not very convenient. This design just uses a 2x2 jumper with a gold stud in the middle and a 2x2 brick underneath. That's it for the build of Squidward's Easter Island house. Now let's move on to SpongeBob's Pineapple house. And as I said before, we got SpongeBob's house in 2009 and 2006. 2009 one was a set of just SpongeBob's house essentially, but the 2006 one also had a build for Squidward's house. This one is smaller than those previous pineapple houses because they used an 8 wide design at the front here. You can see this one only uses a 6 wide design, so that makes it generally smaller. Though the side builds, I believe, are about the same wideness, where I think it was a 6 and a 4, if I'm not mistaken. And then this one has, of course, that party design with those stickers there. So you got 4 stickers to indicate those flower lays or whatnot, which you don't have to put those on. The design at the front here uses one of those ship captain wheels, and that design has a door build on a hinge there, and you can just open it up. And inside the house, there's some interesting builds. One thing I like about this one in particular is that things like the actual bed are attached to the house itself, where some of the earlier versions had a separate build for the bed that you would just kind of put inside the house. So this bed launches SpongeBob. You just have to have him right here, and that's a lot of fun. There's a sticker for a clock on the side there, a 2x2 tile. Then we have a plant at the wall, a sticker for a Patrick photo, which is pretty cool, a sticker for this design, and then a sticker for a Gary photo. I really like those interior stickers, which just add a lot of personality, and you even have Gary's dish right there, which is a lot of fun. Keep in mind that these little windows right here are actually a print design that they've been using, I think, since 2006 with that original Bikini Bottom set. So it's nice to see that once again. And if you're curious about how that roof is built, this is using some clip pieces, and it actually works pretty well, and it's the same design and idea that they've used for the other two, which is similar to, say, the old Hagrid houses, and those just all line up. And then this top part right here just connects to the middle section with a Technic pin connection. And then finally we have the plant parts at the top attached with that mallet in the middle. And yes, with the hinge connection of how this is built, you can even display it this way, which looks quite hilarious. But that's it for SpongeBob's Pineapple House. Now let's take a look at the other Bikini Bottom celebration side builds. And these party side builds are a lot of fun with this turntable right here. A very nice little build with 2 stickers that I really like of these records. I like how they're 2 different designs, well, 2 different color palettes at least. Then we have a 1x2 of that classic LEGO Star Wars design that I had way back in the day. And this goes with these 2 speaker builds, which I really like how these are built using those classic chest pieces just clipped on to a modified 1x2. It's a clever design I didn't think of before, and I think they use that a couple times in videos since. And you also have those torches to the side there. And then we have this table right here, which has a nice cake design. There's also a popsicle piece inside in that translucent lime green. 2 clear cups, and we have builds for balloons up top, a red balloon and a yellow balloon. And those are the classic balloon builds of using those 2x2s with the dome designs and then just putting a Technic pin in the middle. It was nice to see those again. And then we also have this seesaw build right here, which that's a lot of fun, just putting 2 minifigures on each end. So let's put Patrick right here, and then we'll put Squidward, and I'm sorry, that's fun. And then finally, there's a little merry-go-round build, which this design is a lot of fun to just spin around. Once again, put a minifigure on one of those 2x2 jumpers, and you can just, okay, Miss Puff went flying there, but you can just spin them around, and that's a lot of fun, and I like the design there, and dang, Miss Puff even took the 1x2 jumper. Oh my gosh. But that's it for the build of the set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. As for the packaging, I love how the back of the box advertises that LEGO SpongeBob Flying Dutchman set. It wasn't enough to just sell this set. No, let's advertise in the corner as well. And as for the instructions, there's some fun ads at the back where they're advertising the Flying Dutchman set, which also came out this wave. These were actually the last two LEGO SpongeBob sets, as I previously said. And then also the ones before that, which were Glove World and Heroic Heroes of the Deep. Those came out in summer 2011. These two came out in January 2012. So overall, that 6-year gap between Squidward houses provided for, in my opinion, a much better Squidward house. And the Pineapple house, while it is smaller than the other versions, looks better in the exterior, in my opinion, aside from both of these having those party aesthetics thrown on. Thankfully, those are regulated to stickers. That whole aspect is not necessary, but it's just a way to distinguish remakes. However, with this remake of Bikini Bottom, it wasn't something like a Luke's Land Speeder where it was just overdone a billion times. So I don't think they even needed to change it up that much. But what we had here in 2012 was actually a really strong $50 set, if you ask me. Like, there's a lot going on in this set that I like. 2 iconic cartoon television builds, which is great to get. We've been wanting direct-to-consumer versions from LEGO Ideas, but whatever. I mean, hey, we'll probably get a direct-to-consumer Krusty Krab first. Then you have these party side builds, which actually have some fun designs. Like, I like the seesaw, I like the merry-go-round, and I like the minifigures included where they just threw in a character like Mrs. Puff, which was a great inclusion because she only appeared in that one set in 2007. Love getting the new Squidward head once again. I say new Squidward head, but I just keep thinking of that old 2D version, which looked so awful. And with all things considered, yeah, for $50 on the retro rating scale, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. I don't love the party aesthetic, but I think it's a cute way to distinguish the earlier versions. It's something so simple to remove or not add in the first place. And what you have here are 2 iconic builds with a very interesting interpretation. I think that 6-year difference really made a difference in design. Of course, 3 years for the SpongeBob house, and while this is a little bit smaller, I think the proportions, everything on this version might be the best version yet. Those are my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And since Throwback Thursday is back, let me know which themes you want to see covered on Throwback Thursday. Subscribe for more LEGO reviews, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.